Subtraction with three-digit numbers, the traditional method. Go ahead, get started. What is subtraction? Process of taking one number from another. Why? Helpful in determining how much of an ingredient you need to put in while cooking if you want to change the recipe. Interesting facts. Iceland is the only country without mosquitoes. Here we have it already set up. Step 1, subtract each place value starting from the right. Step 2, borrow any numbers if necessary. There's going to be about 7 examples for us to go over. Each one is a little bit different from the last. So let's go ahead and get started. 7 minus 3, 4. Bring down the 0 because 0 minus nothing is 0. And we bring down the 1 because 1 minus nothing is 1. So my answer is 104. Next example, 824 minus 7. And in this case, we do have to borrow. So we're going to have to change the 2. Because we change that, we have to change 2 numbers. So we change the 2 to a 1. We add a 10 to the 4. And we get 14. Subtract 14 minus 7 gives me 7. Bring down the 1. Bring down the 8. And we get 817 as your answer. Next example. No borrowing, so hopefully a little bit easier. 7 minus 5 is 2. 8 minus 4 is 4. And bring down the 4. And my final answer is 442. Next example, this time with a 2-digit, but with 2-digit and borrowing. So we have to borrow from the 6. Change 2 numbers. Change the 6 to a 5. And add 10 to the 4 to get 14. And 14 minus 8 gives me 6. 5 minus 2 gives me 3. And bring down the 8 because you're not subtracting anything from it. So my answer is 836. Here we have 3 digits minus 3 digits. 3 minus 3 is 0. 6 minus 4 is 2. 5 minus 1 is 4. So my answer is 420. Here we have 3 digits again, but we have to borrow. In this case, we have to borrow from a different place than we have. So let's pay attention for this one. 528 minus 237. So 8 minus 7 is 1. We have to borrow from the 5, change 2 numbers, change the 5 to a 4, and add 10. You might be wondering why it's not 100. It isn't 100 because we're dealing with the only one place value away. 10 plus 2 is 12. So 12 minus 3 is 9. 4 minus 2 is 2. So my answer is 291. So let's take a look at this example. 826 minus 357. We're going to have to borrow twice. So let's get started. We have to change the 2. So we change 2 numbers. Change the 2 to a 1. Add the 10 to the 6, which gives me 16. So 16 minus 7 is 9. And so now we have to change the 8. Change the 8 into a 7. Now we have to add 10 to the 1, which is 11. So 11 minus 5 is 6. 7 minus 3 is 4. So my final answer is 469. Let's take a look at... Now it's your turn, so go ahead and pause the video so you can work on it without any issues. And I want to show you the answers in 3, 2, and 1. If you got them correct, well done. If you didn't, don't worry. There's always tomorrow.